Larry. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Looking to throw. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to have a third down. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback from Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. That'll bring up 2nd down. And for this offensive unit that we'll see here in just a second, T.J. Yeldon is certainly someone to mention.
Came out of Alabama with a lot of attention, but earned it. This guy is better and better at a lighter weight. Shifty back who can finish with power.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Trivia time, partner. Coming into the season, who is 3rd in sacks over the last 25 games in the NFL?
Well, since you said you wanted to highlight Whitney Merciless, I'm guessing it's him, right?
You're exactly right. Behind Khalil Mack and Von Miller. And for added measure, has 6 sacks in the postseason, which is also a Houston Texans record.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Coming in carrying the losing streak, not the start that they were looking for. 3 and out on the opening drive.
So now everyone's looking at each other. And what I mean by that is, who's going to make the right play? Who's going to get us out of the doldrums? Who's going to get us out of this funk that they're in right now? They've got to find someone who will make a play, create a play, and get their confidence moving in the right direction.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. 20, 10, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Back to throw here. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
Yep. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Angelo Blackson in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Bortles to throw on second down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Here's Foreman. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Back to throw. And he fires one incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Let's go! 3-19!
They'll drop to throw. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pushing through the count. And he's going to go down again. Malik Jackson in there to drop him. And sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Anderson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
Holding, receiving team.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
They run the counter now on first down. Finding room at the 30. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 58 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 2nd down following the run. From the gun, it's Bortles. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
Now Bortles. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. Bortles to throw once more. Finding room inside the 40. And he's brought down.
Still 2nd down.
2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Again, it's Bortles. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And some room to work. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. The Texans have the early lead. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. And he's got room. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And avoids the contact by sliding.
Holding offense.
Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll go with Foreman. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll run with Foreman. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Now, it'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. 3, 9,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Well, that worked out perfectly. The holder took the ball and found his man wide open for a pass and a score on a fake field goal. I love that play.
Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again, Blake Bortles marches back onto the field with his offense. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Bortles now to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
shotgun now for Bortles. And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Bortles. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Blake Bortles, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
And it's 17-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now back to throw. And an alley to run. Skirts by him at the 35. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They convert on third with a gain of 22. They'll look to throw now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
To throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Texans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. On first down, Bortles. They find some open field here. 23 yards on the play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Bortles now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. Clock running as Bortles hurries to try to get his guys set. On second down, here's Bortles. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And the ball is knocked out. And the Texans say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And now out comes Houston. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A little 360. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
To
throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. Now Foreman, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front, as we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Jaguars haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Texans will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. We go to early in the first. Klug's going to complete a pass into coverage, and a quick 3-play drive ends with a score. Now following the pick, that puts them up by a touchdown. And this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. The lead now at 17. About halfway through the second quarter, Bortles on point with the throw, and he'll be tackled all the way down inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Jaguars now later on the drive. Bortles going to stay between the tackles. He caps off the 7-play drive with the score, cutting the deficit to 10.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Bortles to throw on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. As they run the counter play. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
Throwing is Bortles. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. Now Bortles. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a handoff here to his running back. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Now they'll throw it. Bortles. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green, 90.
Bortles now on 3rd and goal. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 3-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6, an unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Let's go. 3-19.
Again, it's Foreman. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. He'll put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Now Bortles. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And now another one thrown incomplete. Here's Brad Nortman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
A carry for Foreman, and he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
He'll look to throw. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Red zone opportunity. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. Third and long. They're going to look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's second down.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength. And he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw now on second and 10. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So here we go, first and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They run again with Foreman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Shotgun now for Bortles. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the gun on third down, Bortles under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Now Bortles got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
Here we go now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll drop the throw. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Texans, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.